So our second semi-final of this men's competition, Mohamed ElShorbagy, the number 3 seed from Egypt, taking on Simon Rösner, the number 7 seed from Germany. Well, these players have been waiting a long time to come on for this last match of tonight's play. They're ready. We're going to head down to courtside with your MC, Mike Absalom.
For both of our players, first up, Simon Rösner! So Simon's opponent this evening is the current world number 3, ranked 3 here in Dubai as well. Please make some noise for Egypt's Mohamed ElShorbagy! So then, gentlemen, the court is yours. It's the world number 11 against the world number 3. Let's get this final semi-final on.
Every single match in this semi-final stage this evening has been a nail-biter. Best of 3 format has really produced some very, very exciting squash up to this stage. The German number 1, Simon Rösner, is making his second appearance at these World Series finals. 29 years of age now. He's been battling away on the PSA World Tour, just outside the top 10. But some real confidence-boosting results for him here, taking down Karim Abdul-Gawad, the baby-faced assassin, current world champion, the number 1 seed in the first match in his group stage. Consistent, really, Simon Rösner. He hits quarterfinals and second rounds. He's still not made that jump into beating those very top players in the top 5 in the world. He pretty much beats anyone ranked below him. And you think now, at the age of 29, Germany works exceedingly hard where he's based in Paderborn. He can start to really jump into those top 5 players. Massive opportunity for him here tonight with this best of 3 format. And his opponent, the beast of Alexandria, Mohamed ElShorbagy, has had a very tough, for his standards, season. Dominated the 2015-16 season. He was able to win the US Open, which was his only World Series event that he converted. His 5th appearance in these World Series finals. Been around a long, long time, but just been really fighting the pressure of the world number 1 spot. The form of ElShorbagy has been up and down, but coming into this event, he's rejuvenated himself. See the hunger and the intensity of this terrific player, still very young at 26 years of age. And he's had some very confidence-boosting results himself. Although he lost out one of the matches, he produced probably the match so far of the tournament against Ali Farag, where he won 2 games to 1. So this is a huge booster for ElShorbagy as they go into the summer break. And you call it a break, but this is where they take time out to a heavy schedule of training over the coming months to start the season in late August, early September. Well, I'm joined by former world number 4, Paul Johnson. PJ, the head-to-head is all about Mohamed ElShorbagy. However, they have had some ding-dongs in 2016 in Al Aram and Qatar. But this best of 3 format, it's beneficial, isn't it, for Simon Rösner, who plays at such a fast tempo?
I think so, Joey, coming into this, yes, as you made reference to earlier, that he's troubled a lot of the top 10 players in the world. He's generally very consistent, beats those players below him, but it's that top 4, top 5 where he seems to really struggle. And he's done that this week. He beat Nick Matthew and he's beaten Gawad in the group stages, so he will be flying with confidence coming into tonight's semi-final.
Well, talk about the head-to-head. Those guys, they're 2 guys that Simon Rösner's never beaten before.
Yeah, 2
so
scalps,
he's converted. So, you know, if you're going along this that route, then perhaps he can scout Mohamed ElShorbagy. I think he's got a good chance, but Shorbagy is starting to feed on confidence, and there's a glint in his eye, the beast of Alexandria. There's his brother Marwan, talking to him in between games. Marwan ElShorbagy had a very good tournament himself. He won 2 matches in the group stage, but still didn't qualify. So competitive, these World Series finals. You've got to take into consideration that these top 8 players in the men and women have played a brutally hard season.
Yep.
All around the world, the circuit has hit major hubs, major cities around the world, and now they're here in Dubai. But this setting in the Opera House, it's the first time there's been a sporting event here. It's the first time there's been a live TV coverage event as well. So it's a wonderful spot to have the best 8 players in the world for men and women.
I think the players raise to that occasion as well, Joey. We see it a lot in the Tournament of Champions in New York. They respond to the atmosphere and the setting that they're subjected to, and my goodness, what a week we've had here so far.
Gentlemen, you have 15
not to mention tonight's semi-finals.
remaining.
I mean, it's right from the onset, the quality and the just the aggression and the intensity has been absolutely immense.
Well, the referee that's taking charge
PSA
of this is
Dubai
Roy
World
Gingell
Series
from
Finals
Wales.
2016-17 men's semi-final match. Simon Rösner of Germany to serve, Mohamed ElShorbagy of Egypt to receive. Best of 3 games. Love all.
Go Simon!
Simon Rösner kicks off the last match, second of the men's semi-finals here in this PSA Dubai World Series final. PJ, I've put you on the spot many times over the years, and that's not going to change. I'm going to put you on the spot again. Who are you going for?
I was hoping you wouldn't, Joe. I mean, it's been a terrible week for my predictions. In actual fact, a lot of people have become very wealthy off the back of my predictions because they're just betting against my my picks. So I'm going to sit on the fence a little bit here. One thing I will guarantee, the pace of this will be absolutely frenetic right from the very first point.
Which it has been already.
Yeah, and that's not going to slow down anytime soon. They're both very heavy hitters. They love to give the ball a real good wallop, and the big question will be who can maintain the accuracy at this pace.
Well, that ball is flying around. It's red hot.
Coming into this, you'd have to say that Simon Rösner will be the slightly more fatigued of the two. ElShorbagy overcame Gregory Gaultier yesterday in a very short battle. 17 minutes it took ElShorbagy to beat his old foe, but Gaultier has had a wonderful season himself and came into this event absolutely drained physically and mentally. So I think ElShorbagy will be the fresher of the two. But Rösner, he's got a huge entourage here with him this week. He will be running on adrenaline and really taking this opportunity with both hands.
From a tactical point of view, I would like to see Simon Rösner. He showed it in his last kind of pool match. Although he lost that one, with a bit of hold and a bit of variation in his pace. Still keep the tempo high, which he loves, but not get caught up into a hitting match with ElShorbagy. When Simon Rösner does start to actually use his racket face and hold the ball, it becomes very difficult for his opponents because he's developed a terrific ability to take the ball in softly to the front of the court.
And that was not soft from ElShorbagy, and that's not a real confidence booster.
2-1.
But you're right, Joey, that's the subtlety that's improved in Simon Rösner's game over the last 18 months.
Looking at both these guys' physique, Simon Rösner's got the slight height advantage over Mohamed ElShorbagy, but if you look at their leg structure, PJ, if you did a photo competition, it'd be quite hard to distinguish whose legs are whose. They've got very similar structure of legs. It's slightly kind of bowed, but so powerful.
But very strong, yeah.
Of course, their legs aren't as good as yours, PJ. I mean, you've got the best legs on tour.
Did have. Long time retired.
Down. And out 3-2.
I can't believe you're not making a prediction. I mean, you're consistently so good at getting it wrong. I don't understand why you won't go for that.
Okay, just for you, I'll go for a Rösner victory tonight.
All the fans in Germany are now just got their head in their hands. They can't believe that you've done that.
The curse of
PJ's predictions.
Yeah.
Well, the grunting's already started from Rösner. That's how intense these rallies are.
I think this is going to be a battle of the forehands. Both players have very similar preparations, lots of space under the elbow, very high back swings, and two potentials for the world record of the hardest hit.
Consistently hard hitting, yeah. I mean, Shorbagy's able to play at that relentless tempo, but in this tournament, the accuracy levels of the former world #1 have been very high.
And out 3-all.
Just waited too long there, Rösner, and it was something that we noticed in his pool matches, that for me, he allows the ball to drop off the top of the bounce too much and ends up coming underneath the ball, and therefore has to hit up and give the opponent too much time to get onto it. I think he should take it a little bit earlier on the top of the bounce, on the rise even. Just eliminate some of that time for the opponent to recover. Once again, the very contrasting styles between this semi-final.
Stroke to ElShorbagy.
I think this is a stroke.
I don't think he's lined him up
Player
here,
review
but
Rösner on the stroke decision.
referee feeling that Rösner was in the swing of ElShorbagy. It wasn't exaggerated by Mohammed. Slightly loose. He wants to play that ball, and Rösner there, you can just see.
It's good he stopped, actually, because if he had done that, he would have taken Simon's nose off. I've actually been on that side of the downswing of Shorbagy in a practice match.
Still a huge scar there. You're actually missing about.
Let's go and see your surgeon and
no
get it sorted out, because your surgeon does some wonders with your face.
It's very expensive. See the exaggerated width on the backhand side from ElShorbagy. It's a pattern that Rösner likes to work in. Takes the opponents into the front left corner and then creeps across, looking to pounce with that huge forehand swing.
Oh, he's gone for it.
Yes, lad? No. 4-3. He would have hit. He would have hit. Left box. 4-3.
He did look tired on that ball,
Left box,
Shorbagy.
please. 4-3.
Roy Gingell convinced that Shorbagy would have got that ball. I mean, when these guys are playing, it's like a kind of conditioned game where the back wall doesn't exist. The amount of volleying and cutting across the tee line, the pressure pushing forward on the ball.
Yep. Just something for anybody that's watching to pay attention to. Look how far up the court these guys are. That short line across the middle of the court there, where the two service boxes are. It's an area that generally players will sit a good 2 to 3 feet behind, but these guys are...
Did you see that movement?
Yes, I'm watching the movement.
You could hear
I am watching the movement.
Shorbagy's
4-3.
heavy breathing there.
I know, well, our door mic.
Microphone.
Well, I think he didn't want to talk much more because he realised that he needed to get a bit more oxygen in. I mean, I don't see anything untoward by Simon Rösner's movement. I mean, Rösner is a big guy and he doesn't take... There's Marwan with Nice young lady.
Hopefully she hasn't seen his shoes. Well, this is the Mohamed ElShorbagy of old. This is the first tournament I've seen for quite some time where he's in the better frame of mind. The old competitive spirit is coming back.
Yeah, the hunger and the glint in the eye.
Thank you. Not to mention the trademark thumping of the pulse.
I know, the
his forefinger
to the
temple thumping.
I'm sure we'll see plenty of that.
That's the 10. Down. Again, a slightly heavy movement from ElShorbagy, struggling to lunge in that front left. That's two slightly untidy errors from ElShorbagy, Joey, just as we hit the 10-minute mark of this first game of the second semi-final. Physicality possibly becoming a factor here.
Well, I mean, it has been 10 minutes, but the intensity, as we would expect from these guys, has been 110%. I mean, it is like a 400-meter sprint, and the oxygen depths do become apparent. That's a wonderful shot from Rösner, and this is the side of Rösner's game that I keep kind of harping on about. So evident of the pace and the hitting, but it's these subtle skills of taking that ball in, running it nicely into the sidewall, low, cutting the ball, that is going to take him, if he can consistently do it, PJ, on a regular basis at this level, will start to take his ranking level further into that top 5.
I agree 100%. And for me, the big breakthrough was against Ramy Ashour in the Windy City Open in February. He beat Ramy, who was playing well and fit at the time, and took him on at his own game, playing exactly the way that you're talking about.
Yes, led.
Continue that pace and that tempo of hitting, but then the subtle variations and changing of pace, which was missing and has been missing from Rösner earlier on in his career. It's exciting times really for the Rösner fans, because he's still got so much room for improvement. But again, another really tired movement for me from Rösner. Sorry, from ElShorbagy in that front left.
So Rösner, the investment he's put in early doors is now taking him to 9-5. That is a joke shot. Now there's cross-court nicks, and how acute was that? It was so steep, the way ElShorbagy was able to pulverise this into the nick. Terrific shot.
Yes, led.
Oh, he's very fair.
6-9.
Simon Rösner. Just as well, really. You wouldn't want to see him take a full swipe at a loose ball like that.
Oh my lord! Goodness gracious me!
Rat attack going on.
He's really holding. Simon Rösner is playing so well.
Oh no, this is a bad decision. This is a terrible decision.
What's been given?
Rösner wants to take this ball early. He's in mid-flow here.
7-9, left box. The ball has passed you.
He's not even close to being past Rösner here.
Has he not got a review?
He's on his way to take this early.
The ball had gone.
He hasn't got a review.
Left box, 7-9.
That's dreadful. That is dreadful. He's on his way here. Rösner wants to take that ball early, and he's being not being given the opportunity. He would have decapitated ElShorbagy there.
Yes, led.
Why didn't he review? Did he lose his review? I mean, we can't.
No, he hasn't. We haven't had a review yet, I don't think.
Well, Mohamed ElShorbagy's utilised the scenario very well.
8-9.
Cross-court nick on the backhand volley. Confidence starting to surge now in ElShorbagy. It looks like he's recovered from the first part of this first game, the physicality of it. He's having a second wind.
And these two guys, they're just creating a completely different sound on the front wall at the moment. The force that ball is being hit continually. Hopefully there's enough ball that went straight to the middle of the tin.
He smashed that in the tin.
The bottom of the tin.
Ball was down.
He was lucky to get away with that, Rösner, because it was a weak cross-court from Rösner. ElShorbagy didn't improvise, and it went in. I think it was so low. Certainly down. Simon Rösner, 2 game balls.
Yes, lad. 10-8 game ball.
Granted, it's a late night here in Dubai.
Safety.
The referee needs to just make sure he's on his mettle here.
Safety. It's good acceleration from ElShorbagy. Rösner doesn't want to go headless. He's got to keep some type of control.
It's an indication there of just how quickly Simon Rösner can take the ball across the middle of the court.
Pace is just...
That's a good shot. Good shot out there, though.
The thing is, though, with Simon Rösner...
Video referee's decision
well, we've got a video referee's decision, which is interesting, but...
This is taking space. This is
yes,
taking space.
No talking during the review, gentlemen. Let's watch
so
the video.
we've got two examples of the opinions of both players here. Now, it isn't a good width here, but Simon Rösner feels the space has been really taken by ElShorbagy. That back leg does look...
No conversation.
I didn't move. Yeah, exactly.
It looks as though there's a ever so slight step. He's holding his ground there, ElShorbagy, but there is a slight move on the left hip back to the middle of the court. See that again? It's just a shift.
No way!
Well, I think what the referees there, Joey, have seen the movement
You've
of
taken his
ElShorbagy.
space. No!
You must give him a better line.
I have to take space.
Yeah, no.
There is a difference between taking space and blocking.
The conversation is finished. Thank you.
That's bad.
Yes, let 10-8 game ball.
It's starting to get pretty heated out there as we hit the late stage of this first.
Doesn't surprise me with the occasion. Still 2 game balls for Simon Rösner.
Stroke to ElShorbagy.
Clever there. This is
Hand out
court
9-10
sense
game ball.
by ElShorbagy.
Down.
Well, ElShorbagy can't believe it. Simon
11-9
Rösner can't get off
Rösner
court
leads
quick
1 game to
enough.
love.
A slight smile on Simon Rösner's face. The gentle giant from Paderborn. 18 minutes of titanic hitting, and it's Simon Rösner that leads 1 game to love. Well, we have had Two very different men's semi-finals so far. It was kind of, in a way, like a ballet performance, PJ, from James
fitting.
Willstrop and Kareem Abdul-Gawad here at Dubai Opera. And now we've got it's quite similar to a kind of cage fight between ElShorbagy the Beast and the German tree chopper. But it shows squash in its entirety, doesn't it? The aesthetics, the raw fighting abilities, the gladiatorial aspect of the game, which is being brought out by these guys.
Yep.
And we've had the whole shebang tonight. It's
And why not? I mean, there's
highly entertaining.
Not much we haven't seen tonight, Joey, in all of these semi-finals. Injuries, timeouts, bleedings, and yeah, ballet, as you put it. And now we've got the rumble in the jungle. So
Crushing in the concrete. So an impressive first game from Simon Rösner, just one unforced error. I mean, he really has brought his A-game here to this semi-finals against Mohamed ElShorbagy. Simon Rösner's doing a lot more with his racket face. He's, as I said earlier on, he's holding. He's got a very solid
you have
attack on the
60
backhand
seconds
side. He's
remaining.
taking the ball in nicely to that sidewall.
well, it really was an action-packed first game between these two powerhouses. And Simon Rösner got off to a terrific start. It was slightly sluggish by Mohamed ElShorbagy, who looked ever so slightly off the pace going into the front of the court, especially 3 unforced errors early on, giving Rösner that the heavy lead. No shortage of incidents, and the referees are being called into duty. But it's Simon Rösner with that all-important first game under his belt.
Gentlemen, you have 15 seconds remaining.
Well, PJ, you've, like I keep reminding you, and I keep your predictions have been shocking this week, but you have gone for a Simon Rösner victory. You must be half happy.
Rösner leads 1 game to
One-third
love.
happy, yes. I think
Love all.
Still a long way to go. Simon Rösner leads by 1 game to love in this best-of-3 format, in this semi-final.
What was interesting there, Joey, in between games we saw Simon Rösner.
Oh, wow. That's going to give him confidence. Sorry to cut you out, PJ,
It's
but
all right,
you
I'm used to
can't
it.
1 love.
to embrace this. Look at this shot.
Oh, vielen Dank.
Absolutely. I concur.
Just going back to my point earlier, Joey, in between games there, we saw in Mohamed ElShorbagy's corner, he had his coach and also Mohamed ElShorbagy's brother trying to deal with proceedings, and then Rösner just quietly on his own, figuring things out.
Well, I mean, you talked about the entourage of the Germans, so that the corners of both these players are actually sat right next to each other. There's some big lads there in Simon Rösner's
I must
corner.
say, if the issues are taken off the court into the car park, I know who to put my money on.
Look like 2 bouncers there, sponsors of Simon Rösner.
They are partial to the odd beer or 2.
And out 2-1. Nothing wrong with that. There was nothing wrong with that.
What's the difference?
No more discussion. Hand out 2-1.
Both of them.
Conduct warning, Shorbagy for dissent. Mr. Shorbagy, any more discussion, and it's a conduct stroke. Any more discussion, conduct stroke.
Oh, he's
Hand
a
out
very,
2-1.
very firm referee, Roy Gingell, very experienced campaigner. Doesn't take any back chat with these guys. That's a good shot.
Shorbagy does feed off the adrenaline.
2-all.
Actually, I think he's probably the best player on tour to respond to those kind of scenarios when he needs a scenario like this to fire himself up and really get the juice is flowing.
Yeah, he's he's a street fighter. He's a street fighter. Simon Rösner.
Slam Duncan.
Slam Duncan. Touché,
And
PJ.
out 3-2.
He's produced the backhand cross-court nick, now the forehand side. The new camera angle that's being utilised here in Dubai on this huge extended arm, it feels like you're on court with the players, and it can actually make you feel quite dizzy. That's how quick it is out there.
Yeah.
I mean, the raw power that's hitting, it's like being on court with these players.
Clever shot there from ElShorbagy, LBW.
Handout 3-all.
You see the sweat dripping off the chin of ElShorbagy there. Two very prolific sweaters.
Well, PJ, playing at this tempo and hitting the ball as hard as this consistently, it's going to produce a lot of sweat.
Really
That
adapted well
was
there.
The development of Simon Rosner's game, it's also his reactive ability with his hands, the way he is able to
4-3.
adjust. We saw it with James Willstrop in the first semi-final. The improvisation these guys are able to do. I mean, Willstrop's 6'4", Simon Rosner's not that far off, around 6'2", 3. And it is impressive that they're so kind of agile on their feet and the way they are able to adjust.
Well, not only to adjust to get their racket onto the ball, but to also play a quality shot from it. I mean,
that was a slightly exaggerated movement, but Simon Rösner getting through and playing. It's good width from Rösner.
Yes, lad. 4-3.
ElShorbagy
Right
just
box,
looking back
please.
at his entourage.
Right box.
It's a steady let ball. What do you think to this
Right
best of
box.
3 format, PJ?
4-3.
massive fan.
You are.
Yeah, massive fan. I think from a spectator standpoint, it's much more explosive, much more dynamic. Players have to be more alert right from the onset. There's a lot more crucial situations taking place. And as we're seeing tonight, that the quality of the latter stages, the semi-finals and the finals, are far higher because the players haven't put their body through such torture, shall we say. Oh dear, that is...
Well, the Germans' volley has been inch perfect in this second game, particularly. It was fed for him,
5-3.
but he dealt with it beautifully.
So a mini test here for Rösner. 1 game to love lead, 5-3 lead in the second. He's got to make sure he stays in the present here and not get too far ahead of himself and sense that finishing line. It's a fatal mistake for anybody that, well, dear, oh dear. It's another fist pump from the German. Flattened into that
please.
front right-hand corner this time. We've gone from the backhand soft volley drop to the thunderous.
So deceptive, though. It was from that preparation that he hits the straight drive with, and then he's really stunned the ball, and it's hard to read. It's a tough time out there for Mohammed ElShorbagy. Trailing by 1 game to love, and now Simon
6-3.
Rosner's building a 6-3 lead in this second. Going to get the stroke. ElShorbagy showing some signs of frustration.
7-3.
Well, there's a bit of a shot in the dark there for ElShorbagy.
Handout 4-7.
Lethal, though. Lethal. He's got to earn this, Simon Rösner. He's not going to be giving it.
Big point, Joey. If Rösner can extend that lead to 4 points at 8-4, I think that will change the mindset of ElShorbagy. If he gets back to within 2, we're going to see again this competitive spirit. That is just too much power.
That was 100% par.
Handout 8-4.
Seems pretty cool, calm and collected at the moment, Rösner. Not being fazed by the occasion.
Terrific shot from ElShorbagy. Brought that down close and low.
Handout 5-8.
Strong around the middle of the court.
First one we've seen from Rösner in a little while. Edginess setting in.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly a great shot from ElShorbagy. So this is where the kind of mental side of Simon Rösner, the unknown territory for him. He's never had any real success. Well, he's never beaten Mohamed ElShorbagy on the PSA World Tour. Still got a way to go. 2-point lead, 8-6.
Well, as you rightly said, Joe, he's going to have to earn it.
He's done well to get that ball. ElShorbagy's done it again. He's done it again, but it was going to be on that forehand side.
Similar situation, eh? Very similar.
7-8.
The quality of the shot here from ElShorbagy, though. He did the work. He got Rösner into an awkward situation. Was a little bit of a check on the hip there, but it's down.
Down, thank you.
Called it straight away, Simon Rösner. I mean, you know, this is hugely hardcore with what's at stake here. Simon Rösner, as soon as he hit that, and he was immediately putting his hand up. So ElShorbagy's done well. He's got back to 8-all. Needs to be careful, Simon Rösner. He doesn't want to get into a hitting match around the middle of the court. Keep that accuracy level up. Because ElShorbagy is starting to really bounce around the court.
But for me, though, Joey, what's happened is the tempo of the hitting of Rösner has gone up again, and it's continually high. We haven't got the variations and adjustments of height that we had in the first game, first and a half games.
Court service, please.
Brutalised by Shorbagy. I mean, there's ways to say yalla, but he says it in the most scariest of fashions.
No, we'll have the court service.
This was it. This has got to be. I mean, if we had a speed gauge on that, that was. I mean, you're brilliant with all sorts of things visual, but I think that would have been at least 180 miles an hour. I mean, the world record for the hardest hit at the moment is 176, I think.
77.
That one.
We gripped to 77. I think he hit 77.
Who did?
Pilly. He got there.
Well, that was hit very, very hard by Shorbagy.
5 points in a row for Mohamed ElShorbagy. Just when you felt that the German, oh, that looked a little bit Dodge City.
Shots of Simon Rösner just kind of going into no man's land around the middle of the court. He's not getting his corners. Everything. It's just one step for Shorbagy.
There's a lot coming through the middle of the court as well, Joey.
Yes, lad. Yes, lad. No one at fault.
Shorbagy very excitable.
Right box, 9-8.
Here we go, PJ. See the tempo and the hitting from this new camera angle.
It's just the calm before the storm, isn't it? That slight break in between points before these two go at it, hammer and tong once again.
Yes, lad.
Review, please. Review.
See, what I'm a little bit concerned about, Joey, is at the beginning,
Player review,
the referee
ElShorbagy, and the yes,
warned
lad
Shorbagy
decision.
about his movement off the ball. And we're looking for a little bit of consistency here because it
Court
wasn't a
service,
great
please.
shot, but if we watch the movement there,
Yeah, he's moved big time. He wasn't going to let Rösner get through and play this ball. He's really moved in with that leg, with the right leg.
Yes, lad. Decision upheld. ElShorbagy has no reviews remaining. 9-8.
Simon Rösner, he hasn't been able to hit a really quality shot for quite some time now, PJ. As you pointed out, 5 points in a row for Shorbagy. And that is a better attack from Simon Rösner, but the ball still comes back. The ball comes back with interest, and Shorbagy, shouting at every point he's winning, has flown through. I mean, the fighting abilities of Mohamed ElShorbagy are so high. That's one of his main strengths. 2 game balls to equalise here for the former world number 1.
he's got it.
Video referee, could you please look at
Now, the
Mr.
pickup was
ElShorbagy's
clearly good
pickup?
here from ElShorbagy.
Front right. Please
Miles
stay
up.
on the court, Mr. ElShorbagy. Thank you.
I'm here, yeah. Like
You look a bit
Thank you,
frightened,
yeah. That's
PJ.
great, thank you.
that? My shoe. Yeah.
No, that was
Miles up.
Yeah, it was miles up.
It's never in doubt, the pickup there.
My shoe is fine. Which shoes?
Well, Mohamed
They're
ElShorbagy
yours, huh?
has done so well in
Mine
this
doesn't have
second game.
Yeah?
Ball was good.
Ball was fine. So ElShorbagy
11-8.
converting
Game to ElShorbagy.
7
1 game all.
points in a row. 37 minutes of blistering squash, and it's now 1 game all. Well, he's certainly earned a fresh change of t-shirt. I mean, Shorbagy was he 7-3 down or 6-3 down at one point?
He was 8-4.
8-4 down.
Yep.
And I mean, that shows somebody of so much experience now, Mohamed ElShorbagy. He's won so many major events on the PSA World Tour, and he's fought so many 5-setters. You thought Simon Rösner just possibly saw the finishing line a little bit early?
Yeah. I mean, we called it at the time, really. It was that scenario which was a mini test for him, serving at 8-4, and he'd done all the hard work. And for me, he just went a little bit trigger happy, started to shoot to the front too early. And Shorbagy, aware of the dangers, applied the pressure, cut out the mistakes, and then started to pick Rösner off as the German started to get tired at the end. He's going to have to regroup here, Rösner.
Well, Simon Rösner made 1 unforced error in the first game, 4 in that second, and he had an 8-4 lead. Mohamed ElShorbagy making no unforced errors. I mean, that is beyond impressive. And the aggression of Shorbagy and the adrenaline is flowing, the reactions after winning those points, it was so evident.
Well, it really was another exciting second game between these two. Simon Rösner has played so well up to that mid-stage. We saw there that the 4 errors were given to Shorbagy, and also it was an 8-4 lead for Simon Rösner. He looked as though he was on his road to victory here, but just as you expect, Mohamed ElShorbagy does not go down without a fight, and he loves the occasion, he loves these situations. He's fired up now, he's got the bit between his teeth. A highly entertaining third and final game here coming up.
Well, Simon Rösner needs to regroup after that second game. Can he try to get back that ball control and court craft that he showed for basically a game and a half? Mohamed ElShorbagy is going to be so much more dangerous, sorry, PJ, now.
That's all right, yep. He is, you're right, and the thing is, from Rösner's standpoint, I mean, his mindset will be in absolute turmoil after being just 3 points away from a place in the final. He's now on his way to start off this third and final game. But to me, it looked as though he'd run out of ideas or had forgotten how to win points in that second from the 8-4 mark.
Yeah, he became very reactive, passive, slightly headless.
Yeah, as the tempo of the hitting went up, he stopped using the height, he stopped finding his line and length, and his basic game went completely...
hit his way out of trouble.
Yeah.
So this ball, as these white balls on the glass courts always do, they go soft very quickly.
And out 1-all.
And that means that whoever does strike first with quality to the front will put their opponent under a lot of pressure now. The balls will stay that bit further in the court, the movements will be more exaggerated. Shorbagy starting strongly.
2-1.
Well, the turnaround that we've witnessed so far from ElShorbagy from that 8-4 mark has been nothing short of genius, really.
Stroke to Rösner. And out 2-all.
Well, just as the scoreline suggests, Joey, that there is absolutely nothing in it. Where this will be interesting, Joey, as we get to the sort of mid to late stage of this third game. For Shorbagy, he's obviously running on adrenaline right now. And there's going to be a drop-off at some point. It just depends at what stage of the game that takes place. And can Rösner capitalise when it happens?
Pouncing on that nose to hit straight from that front left-hand corner, because Simon Rösner
3-2
has the pattern of looking for the cross-court on the forehand volley.
Well, he's trying to slow the tempo down here, Rösner, but the quality at the moment not quite high enough. And the ball again is coming back with interest from Shorbagy. It's all a bit loose and a bit too untidy.
That sums it up. He's tried to out-hit, and he's walloped it in the tin. It's gone back to that no man's land squash, as I say, with Rösner, where the accuracy when he's going short, it comes back towards the middle. When he's trying to hit length, it comes back towards the middle, and it's just easy for Shorbagy to then put him under more pressure. Doesn't move Shorbagy from the tee because the ball keeps bouncing back to him. That's better. That was so much better. There was more, being the technical guru, PJ, yourself, there was more racket face, wouldn't you say, on that? More control over the ball.
There was yeah, the ball was on the strings a little bit longer there. Slightly more cuts and control, really.
I mean, you must like that, being the technical guru.
Well, you gave me the name, so I'll run with it.
Let's play, gentlemen.
Shorbagy just mentioning about time, and he's had a quick attack off the serve.
Poor serve, isn't it?
Yep.
But again, as we get to this stage of the match, that the physical and the mental aspect becomes so apparent.
It's going to be a stroke.
Rösner.
Yeah, that's the right decision.
Yeah, he's played a loose ball, and he's not let his opponent through.
4-5.
Again, good hands from Rösner.
Oh, a wonderful hold, and this is the difference. It's the first time that we've seen this. Lures Shorbagy into the front right corner, waits for the Egyptian to commit his movement, and then at the last second thumps it cross court for the winner.
I mean, he needs to do more of that, because the power that he generates from the racket face is extraordinary, and if he holds and stops his opponent, you've got no chance of reacting to get it back.
Well, no, everything takes place so quickly, and as you say, it's hit so hard. Very effective.
Yes, let.
Is the same one? Review, please. No.
I don't like the way he's looking.
Yes, let.
I don't like the way he's looking. He's changed his mind because he's looking at his entourage there, and they're signalling to him, and I don't think that's very good.
It's not allowed, is it?
No, it was very evident because we had it.
Left box, 5-all.
He's played the shot, and he's gone here. He's looked round, he's asked, and then he's looked at.
Mr. Rösner, you were delaying play. I need you to continue. No, I need you to continue. You were delaying play.
He's got this a bit wrong here, Roy Gingell, because what happened was that the
5-all.
Shorbagy looked back at his entourage and then tried to stop.
Well, the initial reaction was to ask for a review, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then he asked, and then they said no.
Careful. Stroke to Rösner. Court service, please.
Well, potentially that could have been an awkward movement. We saw it earlier this evening with Shibini, who had a nasty injury to her wrist and can go down in awkward.
Yeah, no, it could be awkward on his knee as well. Yeah. The gentleman that Rösner is checking. I mean, that was no. There was no.
Look at the eye line of Rösner. He's straight to Shorbagy to make sure he's okay. He's not looking at the ball or trying to win the point.
No, he's just straight to him. But that's the type of character he's just a really nice, lovely guy. Gentleman. Not as lovely as you, PJ.
Stroke to Rösner.
This is the drop-off of the focus.
7-5.
When the physicality and the mental fatigue sets in. First time Rösner's had him, had his nose in front since 8-4 in that first game. Second game, sorry. Oh, that is the best backhand counter drop I've ever seen Rösner play.
It was a joke. The body weight going forward, and the movement as well as the touch, PJ.
He's like a steam train coming in here, but the balance and the grace in which he fades this backhand drop in. Can Shorbagy come back again?
Oh, that is lovely from Shorbagy. Trademark drop shot that he loves to play with so much
And
deception.
6-8.
Cracking match, PJ.
Oh, absolutely. But this is what he lives for. This is what keeps ElShorbagy going.
Yeah, first, calm down. Calm down. Video referee, could we have a look at Mr. Shorbagy's pickup on the right-hand wall?
Well, I thought Shorbagy
First.
got this.
Thank you very much. No discussion.
Yeah, clearly got it.
Yeah, it's way up.
Way up.
That's good.
Way up.
And can we please have a decision on Mr. ElShorbagy's appeal?
This could go horribly wrong here for Simon Rösner. First the appeal.
You've stopped and asked for a
I
decision.
didn't ask for a review. I didn't ask for a review.
No, I am not. No, you are not asking for a review. We are giving the decision. Video referee decision on ElShorbagy's appeal.
Right, so we got there in the end. It's going through to the video official, okay? This is up to the video official. There's no review because there's no decision made. It's down to the video official.
Well, he didn't look in the swing here for me. Ball's in front and the racket has come back.
Stroke to ElShorbagy. Left box, 7-8.
Are you serious, guys?
Well, that's worst case scenario there for Rösner. 2-point lead. Back to 1. Here's a chance.
Careful.
2 strokes.
Stroke to ElShorbagy. Eight all.
Simon Rösner needs to try to hold his nerve somehow. So the 2-point cushion being eradicated, we're locked in at 1 all, 8 all.
But it's gone back to that hard hitting again, hasn't it? What served Rösner so well is when he slowed the tempo of the game down, got his length and width, and then took ElShorbagy into the front with the drops and the volley drops.
That is an unbelievable forehand volley. It's a brilliant forehand volley.
Handout, 9-8.
You can almost see the relief in Rösner as he fires that forehand volley for the winner.
What a time to play that type of shot. We've had 52 minutes of the fastest tempo squash. Well,
No
I
let. Handout, 9 all.
Well, that was a quick decision there from Roy Gingell.
Yes, let.
He pushes me to the ball.
He's got to appeal this.
Me to the ball.
Yes, let. 9 all.
He wants a review. He
Player
is.
review, Rösner, on the yes, let decision.
They're certainly earning their money this evening. See the shot here from Shorbagy and the movement, Joey.
Well, it's a hugely important decision. Simon Rösner feels it's a stroke. He feels that the shot's not cleared properly from Shorbagy. And it's upheld.
Yes, let. Decision upheld. Rösner has no reviews remaining. 9 all.
The tension And the drama continues. Shorbagy serving at 9-all.
Very heavy on that forehand drop from Rösner. A couple of opportunities. He's done it. But he had to win that rally 3 or 4 times over. You could almost see the hands shaking of Rösner.
Well, Simon Rösner
Handout 10-9, match ball.
has produced the backhand volley drop shot that has given him match ball in this semi-final against Mohammed ElShorbagy. Oh!
He's got the width. Rösner's not interested in sharing a smile with ElShorbagy there, but this is when the Egyptian plays his best squash, when his back is against the wall. Rösner cannot find a way to get over this finishing line.
Well, PJ, I'm looking at you, and you look well for your years, but I think we're both aging throughout this last semi-final. This squash has just been so exciting. We are now 1-all, 10-all in this tie-break. Oh, he's overstretched. He's overstretched.
Well, he read it. He read the cross court from ElShorbagy. It was just wide enough.
Just wide enough, and he couldn't quite get his feet moving. And you just have that feeling that Mohammed ElShorbagy, who's won so many major events on the PSA World Tour, once he gets that opportunity, he's going to convert.
Yes, lad.
It's that type of feeling, you know, when you watch a 100-metre sprint in the Olympics, 100-metre final,
ball.
it's the same nerve-wracking feeling.
Sure. It's tight from ElShorbagy. It's the chance. He's hit the tin.
He's hit the tin.
For a second there was a glance, Joey.
Handout 11-all.
It's good that the referee actually said down.
Did he? I didn't hear him.
No, I'm being slightly sarcastic.
So out of character for you, Joey.
So all level, match goes on.
It's the width. And that is such a terrific camera angle to see how hard these guys are smacking that poor squash ball. He's got the width, it's a chance.
Shorbagy is... Oh, he's dived! Oh, Herr Rösner! The four-Handenhausen attack when he needs it.
He's just starting to play shots
12-11
that aren't in his repertoire,
ball.
Rösner. He's finding something different from somewhere.
He is. There is a difference, a big difference, and he's given himself his second match ball in this semi-final.
What he would give for a lucky serve here. Big serve. Wow. They were trying to tell you, Joey, that squash is good for your health. I'm not so sure. Good width from ElShorbagy. Every one of those cross courts is dangerously close to the neck. Side wall, floor joint. ElShorbagy looking a little bit tired here. He's hanging on.
Oh, the grunt from Rösner, the rally still goes on. Bit of hold. Oh, he's put it in the tin! He's put it in the tin! Simon Rösner had ElShorbagy trapped behind him. ElShorbagy's bent over double. Simon Rösner has put it in the tin, PJ.
He just needed to get it anywhere on the front wall.
Mohammed ElShorbagy is beyond exhausted. He's running on fumes, which are
12 all.
quite prevalent in Dubai. Oh, how many times you would have practiced that in a solo, but you cannot replicate this stage in a solo practice in Paderborn.
He knew it. As soon as he hit it, Rösner's head dropped. Just as we hit the hour mark in this final semi-final.
Another bounce from Mohammed ElShorbagy. Simon Rösner looks up to the heavens, doesn't know what he has to do, and now it's Mohammed ElShorbagy's turn to have his second match ball.
Rest assured, James Wilstrop will be watching this, licking his lips. These two guys are absolutely killing each other out there.
It's good strength from ElShorbagy to get these balls back.
How's he standing up, ElShorbagy?
Oh, he's made the error. Mohammed ElShorbagy has played another gutsy performance. He was in a lot of discomfort.
14-12.
I mean, you got to say to Mohammed ElShorbagy, I mean, Simon Rösner's played off his rocker tonight and has done, but Mohammed ElShorbagy has been so gutsy. A trait that, for me, is his biggest strength. His ability to be able to fight and fight when he's in a lot of physical discomfort and when the pressure's on. 61 minutes, a quite brilliant, dramatic, nail-biting squash. ElShorbagy taking it 2-1. Well, the rallies went on and on at such a crucial time, and unfortunately 2 errors in a row for this fantastic German, who has shown an improvement, I feel, in his game. He's come in here, he's played these best of threes, he's taken players out that he's never beaten before, but he just couldn't make it against Mohammed ElShorbagy. They played a lot of occasions now on the PSA World Tour. They have, to a degree, similar styles with the way they like to dominate the middle. Mohammed ElShorbagy has had a very tough season for his standards, and he has come into this event and shown why he has been a world #1 for a long period of time. 2 giants of the game physically. So both players got their breath. They're now down at courtside. Let's hear from the last semi-finalists.
It's fast approaching 2:30 in the morning here in Dubai, and you can feel the disappointment. Simon, commiserations. What a fantastic game of squash, though. You had your chances to win it there, a couple of match balls, but it just didn't drop for you today.
No, I think that's just sport, right? You win some, you lose some. I thought I was, I was there a few times. 8-4 up in the second, match balls in the third. Yeah, I think he just played the big points better than. Yeah, it's pretty disappointing, I must say. I think I haven't been that close to a win against Mohamed, and quite frustrating to be so close. But yeah, congrats to him. I think that's what made him a world champion, by getting through those matches where he's down or where he's almost out. So congrats to him and good luck for tomorrow.
Listen, well done as well this week, because you've had a fantastic tournament. Well done you.
Thank you.
So then, Mohamed, talk us through it from where you were inside the court. It was a high-pressure game and you managed to keep your nerve.
Yeah, I mean, the first game was very crucial in a best of three, you know. The first game is very important, and then when you lose that first game in a very tough game like that, kind of, it hits you mentally. And but I kept telling myself, you know, I have to push back, I have to try, it's a challenge, I need to get through that challenge when I'm 1 love down. But even when I told myself that, and I felt that I was playing well, you know, he was playing some outrageous winner, and he was 8-4 up, and I just fought back. It's what I do. I just kept fighting, but of course, it's not just because I fought I won. Of course, maybe he lost a little bit of concentration, gave me 2 cheap errors that gave me like, he opened the door a little bit to me in that second game. And once I saw it, I felt like, okay, I'll try my best and see how it goes. And it just was luckily went my way in the second game. And in the third game, point by point, you know, he had his match points, I had my match points. And it's just a lottery. Maybe I had that lucky bounce at 11-all that helped me a little bit. I had the lucky bounce as well when I was 10-9 as well. I had 2 lucky bounce, man. I'm sorry. But, you know, I thought we played a fair game, hard, aggressive, in the right spirit. And it was just another great battle together. And I just want to congratulate him. He played such a great tournament. You know, he plays the game very fair and hard, and he played it in the right spirit. And I always enjoy my matches with him.
Sets up a final tomorrow for you against James Willstrop, something you're looking forward to, no doubt, but you've got to get some rest in between now and then.
Of course, you know, we're talking about that golden generation of Shabana, Linku, Darwish, Greg, Nick, Greg. Those are the 6 golden generation that they're playing. I played, and James, of course, I played against each one of them in a final before, and James is the only one of that golden generation I've never played in a final before against him. So this is my first final against him, so it's my honor to be in the final with him. It's those kind of finals against these guys that I remember for the rest of my career, because they're the ones who taught me how to play the game, how to play it hard in the right way. And to play in the final against James, you know, it's an honor. It's an honor for me, but we're going to play it hard, and I'm sure it's going to be another enjoyable match against each other.
Great. We can't wait for that final. That's going to happen tomorrow here in Dubai. But let's hear it for our semi-finalists. Commiserations to Simon Rösner, and congratulations through to the final, Mohamed ElShorbagy.
Well, that's it's interesting to hear that from Mohamed ElShorbagy, that he's going to be playing James Willstrop in his first major final. But
He's very, very
he
sweaty.
can relax at the grand old time, PJ, of 2:30 in the morning here in Dubai.
Wow. Way past
A very,
our bedtime.
very late night of squash, but every semi-final has been ridiculously competitive.
Yep. Squash in the highest order.
So Simon Rösner certainly bringing his A game to this semi-final, but Mohamed ElShorbagy, 6 unforced errors. I mean, that is impressive with the aggression that they played, the way they were taking the ball, the tempo as well. For me, 6 unforced errors is very, very impressive from ElShorbagy, and he's starting to find that form that's taking him to world #1 and beyond.
He certainly did find some form, Joey, and he needed to. He was trailing here by 1 game to love and 8-4 in the second game. Slight drop in concentration, as ElShorbagy alluded to in his post-match interview there, and that was just enough to sense a chink in the armour of Simon Rösner. 2 match ball opportunities, 1 absolute sitter with a cross-court drop into the nick. He made the error, and again, that scenario and those kind of situations are what took ElShorbagy to the dizzy heights of the world #1 spot. There's the first, and then the backhand volley drop that clips the tin. A very relieved Mohamed ElShorbagy makes it through to the final again of this World Championships.